Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome this evening. If we could have you take your seats, we're going to be starting in just a few minutes. Please take your seats. We'd like to get programs distributed, have everyone in their seats so we can start the show right on time. Thanks, folks. Grab your seats. We'll be starting in just a few minutes. Folks, real quick, you want to make sure you have a program. There's going to be fan favorite voting here shortly, and you'll want to have a program because on the back of the program is the QR code you're going to use to vote and or the address to plug into your phone for voting. So please make sure you have a program. They're coming around with them, and they can hand out one to you if you have not received a program yet. We'll be underway in just a minute.
is Jenna Zetwick.
And I'm Brian Zetwick, and together we own Brick Valley Farm.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brennan Bushman. I'm the owner of One Up Chiropractic.
My name's Chelsea Cummins Baxter, and I'm the founder of Vital Health Mobile Services.
We're Scott and Jess Larkin, and we're with Cozy Embers Campground and Cabins.
Hi, I'm Jim Ingerson.
I'm Christina Ingerson, and we own Ingerson Overhead Door Services.
Good evening, Bradford, and welcome to the 6th annual live pitch event for the Harvey L. Golubock Business Competition. I'm going off script already, I know. Ainsley's back going, what are you doing? I just wanted to say that 2 of my granddaughters are here tonight, and Monday we had some special time together before school. And Ryla asked me what my job was. And I said to her, the simple answer is, I want to work to grow Bradford. So my name is Carolyn Newhouse. I serve as the Executive Director for the Bradford Area Alliance. And I want to grow Bradford. This competition exists because of the forward-thinking leaders of the Bradford Area Alliance, and with additional support of our amazing sponsors. Over the past 6 years, we've seen incredible ideas take flight, businesses expand, and dreams become reality. With more than 235 applications, this competition has realized transformational change, including over $600,000 in capital formation from our previous winners. Efforts like this require leadership. One of the visionary leaders in our community and impactful in our community is Mr. Harry Halloran. Once stated his belief that business is one of the most powerful drivers for positive social change. Guided by that belief, the Alliance is focused on strengthening Bradford's entrepreneurial pipeline, helping new ventures launch, grow, and create opportunities for our community. We are grateful for the dedication of everyone involved in this competition, and especially to our entrepreneurs. 6 years in, we are proud to carry forward the legacy of Harvey L. Golubock, whose commitment and care to Bradford continue to inspire us. Before we get started, I'd like to welcome and recognize our Bradford Area Alliance board members, our elected officials, our close partners, and members of the Pennsylvania Prep Network for their ongoing support and economic development in our community. Those include the Pennsylvania DCED, North Central PA Regional Planning and Development Commission, Ben Franklin Technology Partners of Northern and Central PA, Northern Industrial Resource Center, Northwest Industrial Resource Center, the Workforce Solutions of North Central PA, the PA Wild Center for Entrepreneurship, McKean County Commissioners and our economic development partners there, the City of Bradford officials and OECD, with the SBDC of Penn West Clarion University, and Watson Institute and our members of the Halloran Fellowship. I'd also like to extend a very special welcome to American Refining Group's Board of Directors and their team who are joining us tonight. With support from the Blaisdell Foundation, Halloran Philanthropies, and Northwest Bank, a total of $31,000 will be awarded tonight. $20,000 will be the first prize, $5,000 will be the fan favorite, and new this year, we are proud to announce that all finalists will take home a prize recognizing their hard work and entrepreneurial spirit. After the presentations are complete, all of you, our fan favorite judges, will have the opportunity to vote on your favorite team. Let's get started. I'd like to introduce to you our MC extraordinaire, Tim Asinger, president and owner of Kessel Construction and a member of the Bradford Area Alliance Board of Directors.
Thank you, Carolyn. I am indeed Tim Asinger. I'm glad to be here tonight and be a part of this wonderful event. At this time, I would like to introduce you to our top 5 finalists. Jenna and Brian Zetwick, Brick Valley Farm, LLC. Dr. Brennan Bushman, One Up Chiropractic. Chelsea Cummins Baxter, Vital Health Mobile Services. Scott and Jessica Larkin, Cozy Embers Campground and Cabins. And Jim and Christina Ingerson, Ingerson Overhead Door Services. These finalists have worked very hard to prepare for this competition. They have written and submitted a comprehensive business plan, and they have spent hours preparing and rehearsing their live pitches for you tonight. Let's hear from each of our finalists and what this competition means to them.
The business competition means for us is simply growth. It's a way for us to grow our network within the community as well as grow our business if we win.
This competition means the ability to purchase a shockwave machine, getting my patients care they need here in Bradford.
This competition means that I can show my son and the future of McKean County that one small idea can make a big impact to how healthcare reaches patients in an accessible and convenient manner.
Being the new kids on the block, it's difficult sometimes to make those new relationships. So regardless of whether we win or not, we've already made so many connections and met so many people.
We feel that this is already a victory for us because we've made a lot of connections with other local business owners and community leaders, and it's given us the opportunity to showcase what we do and why we do it. And we feel privileged to be able to participate in something that invests in small businesses right here in our community.
Thank you, finalists. Thank you. We look forward to hearing your pitches. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce our esteemed judges for this evening who will have the challenging task of determining the $20,000 prize winner. Norm Stratman, Senior Vice President of Regional Commercial and Industrial Banking at Northwest Bank. Craig Walmendorf is the Transformations and Entrepreneur in Residence at Ben Franklin Technology Partners of Central and Northern PA. Abby Peters is Chief Operating Officer for the Pennsylvania Wild Center for Entrepreneurship. Ryan Krogmeyer is the President and Chief Operating Officer at American Refining Group. And Chris Carter is the Executive Vice President of Global IT and Security at Zippo Manufacturing. Thank you, judges. Over the past 2 weeks, the judges evaluated and scored each finalist's full business plan, and those scores have been submitted. Tonight, the judges will score the live pitches and the answers given to their questions. These scores will go into determining who will be our winner tonight. In another room, we have 2 accounting professionals working independently to ensure accurate scoring. Steve Troisi, owner and founder of Stephen A. Troisi CPA, Matthew Moonen, Director of Accounting Program at the University of Pittsburgh at Bradford. If you all could give a wave from the back of the room. Now go get busy. Thanks, guys. We want to thank Steve and Matt and for being our judges and our judges for their expertise and commitment to the competition. So thank you all. Okay, so here's how things are going to work tonight. There are 5 finalists here tonight, and we have 5 judges. Each finalist will give their pitch, which can be no longer than 5 minutes. Afterwards, the finalist will respond to 3 questions from our judges panel. Each finalist will have a 2-minute time limit per question to respond, and at the end of those 2 minutes, whether or not they're finished, they're done. It should be known that the order of the finalists was selected at random, so let's get started, shall we? First up, sure, round of applause. First up is Jenna and Brian Zetwerk with Brick Valley Farms. Jenna and Brian.
Hi everyone, my name's Jenna and this is my husband Brian, and we are Brick Valley Farm, where we specialize in reliable pet care as well as healthy food options. Brick Valley Farm started with a couple of needs of our own. Last year we took a family vacation where we needed our own reliable pet care. We realized there was nothing within a 30-minute radius of our home when we were trying to plan out our vacation. With 3 kids and a full day of traveling, who wants to drive another hour to pick up their pups when they get back home? On top of that, our daughter's teacher called us last year and told us Gracelyn was having trouble focusing in class. She was showing signs of severe ADHD. Instead of jumping immediately to medication, we decided to try something for ourselves first. On a Friday night, we went home, we got rid of all of the processed foods that we had in our kitchen and started making everything ourselves from scratch. By Monday morning, the teacher called and said, I don't know what you guys are doing, but keep doing it. So 2 weeks passed and the teacher called again and said, I just want to let you know that Gracelyn is now getting all of her work done in class and she's able to help her peers.
Until recently, there are no licensed pet boarding facilities in Bradford, even though 2/3 of families own pets and 85% of families travel every year. And also, at the same time, healthy food is not readily available in our area. Most of our food comes from big box stores, which have highly processed food full of additives.
Our solution was simple. We built Brick Valley Farm on our beautiful 90-acre homestead, where we now provide reliable pet care as well as make our own locally sourced foods such as maple syrup, honey, produce, eggs, home staples, baked goods.
Our target market is young professionals, families, and empty nesters who value health and honesty. And so we're targeting them with both with word of mouth and print materials, and we also have an online presence with our website, and we have a social media presence as well.
Brian and I both have backgrounds in healthcare where we specialize in patient care, and our love for people carries over into pets as well as our community. With a master's in administration, it helps us with the business side of things. We are both avid outdoor enthusiasts as well as animal lovers, and we've created a business to combine both of those passions.
We're very passionate about our homestead, so let me tell you about our business model. We started last October, and we opened our doors as a fully licensed boarding facility in September of 2025. And we offered doggy daycare, pet boarding, basic grooming like nail trims and a wash, and we also have a farm stand just down from our house. Doesn't everybody deserve healthy food options for their families and their pets? And in our first year, we project $70,000 in sales and 10% growth annually after that.
If we win, the $20,000 reward will be used to increase our boarding capacity as well as expand our outdoor play area. It'll allow us to triple the number of pets that we can serve. In the next 3 years, we look to manufacturing our own pet food, natural pet food line as well.
At Brick Valley Farm, we believe health starts from the ground up.
For many families, pets are family, and having trustworthy, reliable care is peace of mind, and that's exactly what we provide. With your support, we can continue growing a business that helps keep pets safe and families healthy. We want to thank you all for your support and for hearing our pitch.
You don't get away that easy.
I was trying.
It's now time for our judges to ask their questions. So let's hear from our judges. Ryan?
Yeah, thank you. You guys are awesome parents. Really. That's an amazing story. And I'm coming to get some of those green eggs.
Absolutely.
Sounds good. We have blue ones
Those
too.
look really good.
We have all.
So great pitch. Thank you. My question is, walk me through your growth plans over the next 3 years. How big do you think this business could get in terms of revenue, net income, and how many employees do you anticipate having in your business?
So we actually have a lot of growth opportunity. Our building right now, we have 11 dog kennels, and we are currently doing boarding and doggy daycare. We also have the ability to take in cats and other small animals. Our building can hold around 30 kennels total, so we have a lot of opportunity for growth in the kennel side of things.
We also plan to have premium kennel offerings also. So we'd have the basic ones, and then we'd have larger, more soft-looking premium options.
Who will do the grooming? Is that you guys?
Yeah, so we currently do it now. We do bathing. We're not professional dog groomers, so we really just bathe, nail trim, brush, do the de-shedding coats and all of that. I don't cut dogs' hair. People are very picky about that.
If you're able to utilize those 30 kennels, ultimately, do you see demand for grooming going up, and how do you meet that demand?
We have talked about grooming, and at that point, we would just hire in somebody to come in and do dog grooming.
Great, thank you.
Next question, Craig.
Fantastic information provided in your application. So my question is, how do you plan to market your services to stand out, to get the attention of these millennials and high-income pet owners that have demands for weekends and holidays and nights? How do you get the word out about this and get the growth you want?
I think with a lot of what we're doing with the social media side of things, there's not many of the millennials that are getting the traditional newspaper or listening to the radio. It's all, satellite, internet, and all of that fun stuff. So I think if we just continue pushing on the social media side, continue pushing things through the website, different avenues. There's so many different social media platforms as well. And even going, to the areas that they hang out in town and hanging flyers in those areas that have the QR code. Those are some of the things that we're already currently doing.
Thank you.
One more question, Norm.
Yeah, I was going to ask, on the food side of the business, do you see that as more of like a farm stand, or is there opportunity to kind of grow that side and expand that out as well? And a second question, somebody asked me today, are you selling any Hanley bricks from from the property? So.
We could definitely market the bricks because I was just telling somebody yesterday, I think any little bit of dirt you move, you can find full bricks everywhere. But as far as the farm stand goes, there may be an opportunity.
Yeah, right now it's going to be mostly seasonal vegetables out of our garden and fresh maple syrup. Last year I made 2.5 gallons, and I plan to at least triple that this year. And then we plan to add bees and as much as we can.
And then we're looking also at other, individuals in the area that make homemade soaps and different things like that, so that others can come and use the farm stand to sell, so that the community really can use it as a place to get any of those healthy products that they're looking for.
Thank you.
All right, that's our 3 questions. Abby, I'll catch you first next time.
Okay.
Thank you, Brick Valley Farm. Brick Valley Farm, our first finalist. The Bradford Area Alliance named this competition the Harvey L. Golubock Business Competition in honor and recognition of the illustrious career and tremendous impact Harvey had in the Bradford area. This competition is our way of honoring the memory of Harvey Golubock. Janice Golubock has been very generous with her time and interest, and we appreciate her sharing her thoughts on the competition. So she's unable to join us tonight, but wished to share the following message. Good evening, everyone. It's great to see the continuing success of the Harvey L. Golubock Bradford Business Competition, and I join you in celebrating the competition's 6th anniversary. As I mention each year, the competition is around the time of my dad's birthday, October 15th. He would have loved this as a birthday present, though chocolate cake would be a close second. This year, he would have turned 83. Bradford was a place beloved by my dad. Having decades working and or living in the area, he was a man of constant growth, who wanted to see others grow as well. And Bradford was a place he felt he could make a big impact. His work with ARG, his involvement with the Bradford Alliance, Bradford Area Chamber of Commerce, and Beacon Light, as well as his engagement with the University of Pittsburgh at Bradford, all provided opportunities to help others, help the community, and pursue his purpose. The business competition is a wonderful way for others to honor him and continue his objective of helping others advance. This year, there was a new competition milestone of 53 applicants, bringing the total to more than 235 entrepreneurs supported since the competition's inception. And thanks to additional fundraising this year, there will be new consolation awards for finalists who don't win the grand prize. The fan favorite. Because you know that all the entrepreneurs are winners in their own way, my family and I look forward to learning more about the recipients of this award and seeing what they do and how they contribute to the growth and development of the community, which meant so much to my dad. Thank you so much for continuing these works in his name, and good luck to all the finalists. The entrepreneurial spirit and dedication to the community that defined Harvey L. Golubock still runs deep. Since the competition began in 2020, we've received more than 35 applications, proof that the momentum for entrepreneurship in Bradford continues to go stronger each year. Finalist number 2, Dr. Brennan Bushman with One Up Chiropractic.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Brennan Bushman. In 2022, I was practicing as an upper cervical chiropractor in Utah. I saw a Facebook ad, and there was a chiropractic office for sale in Bradford, Pennsylvania. At that point, I had zero idea where Bradford was. But we felt a pull to come out here. In spring of that same year, we came out with my family, and we came to Bradford, learned a little bit more about the business, met some people, and really fell in love with this area. So in August of 22, we moved our family out here, and I started working as an upper cervical chiropractor here in Bradford. Fast forward to 2024, we finished purchasing the practice, and we changed the name to One Up Chiropractic. We're on 15 Barber Street. Come on by. I've been saying the word upper cervical quite a bit. What upper cervical is a special, unique technique within chiropractic that takes special images of your neck so we know exactly how your neck is misaligned. When I know how your neck is misaligned, I can apply a gentle, precise, and effective adjustment, realigning that spine. And when that's lined up, your nervous system will start to function better. When your nervous system is functioning better, your body will start to heal. There are things, though, that your body can't overcome on its own. One of the ways, and it needs a little extra help, one of the ways that extra help comes to play is called shockwave therapy. I've had multiple patients that have come in my office with plantar fasciitis, torn meniscus, tennis elbow, frozen shoulder, lots of things like that. And I've had to send those individuals out to get shockwave somewhere else. That takes business out of Bradford. The places I've had to send these people is Erie, Clarion, Buffalo. My goal is to bring shockwave to One Up Chiropractic, which will bring business back home. My plan is to have to use this machine on my existing patients so they can really feel the benefit of what it is all about. And they can use marketing, the marketing that hopefully they'll use as word of mouth so they can communicate to the individuals around us to see how beneficial it is for them. My plan is also to do a Facebook campaign targeting the local area and educating patients on what it does, how it can help them, and what the benefits are of that. I gotta pull this out. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, so back to normal. I have three bachelor's degrees, and I'm a doctor of chiropractic. I've been practicing chiropractic for over 6 years. I've used this machine in Utah. The practice I was at there, they had this machine, and I've used it multiple times with multiple patients, and I've seen the results. The Mayo Clinic is using this machine currently as a therapeutic tool to promote healing and reduce pain in patients with musculoskeletal diagnoses. Shockwave, what it does is uses pressure waves to increase metabolic activity and decrease pain, causing your healing centers to turn back on. In 2005, there was a study of shockwave for people with tennis elbow. There was a control group where they used 10 impulses on the affected area, and then there was a study group that used the standard of care 2,000 pulses of shockwave on the affected area. The study group had a 10% increase of functionality and reduction of pain, and the control group had a 87% increase of functionality and decrease of pain, which is amazing. The standard of care to use this machine is using it once a week for 3 to 5 weeks, depending on the patient's severity. If I can get 10 patients to use this every week, OneUp's revenue will go up around 25%. This machine costs around $25,000. If I were to win this competition, it's pretty easy to see where I'm going to put that money. $20,000 will go towards this machine, and OneUp will cover the remainder. I love chiropractic, I live chiropractic, and we can do more. Shockwave is the perfect addition to what I do to help people continue to unleash their God-given ability to heal. Thank you.
Thank you, Brennan. Judges, we're ready for your questions. I would like to make one comment before we get going, and Abby, you will be first. But one comment, one question per judge when we do the questions, no follow-ups. So please, just out of fairness and opportunity for each judge to have a question, we'd like to ask just one question, no follow-up. And Abby, you're up.
Thanks. Thank you so much. And also, thank you for following your heart and gut to move to Bradford and joining the community. So, scaling plans. What are your specific plans for scaling the business if demand for shockwave therapy exceeds your current capacity, and when would you hire additional staff?
So right now I have plenty of capacity with my current schedule. We're open 3 days a week, right? And so there's plenty of room to scale. When the current plan is if shockwave is taking away from what I want to do, what I love to do is chiropractic. If it's taking away from time for me doing that, that's when we're going to start looking at hiring somebody else to do it, as long as it's making enough money to pay for their wages and stuff. That make sense? Okay.
Next question. Craig.
Could you tell me a little bit more about what you might think would expand your repeat business and references to ensure that high occupancy and move towards utilizing this equipment to its fullest, and hopefully growing potentially some employment rather than word of mouth? Do you have any ideas on that?
One of the things that I've been thinking about is business to business, right? Within upper cervical, I'm kind of in a little community, right, with chiropractic in general. But in Bradford, there's a lot of PTs, there's a lot of other providers that could use their patients could use this type of equipment as well. And so going business to business is also a good option for that.
Great, thank you.
All right, one more question. Ryan.
What is the useful life of the shockwave equipment if you were to purchase it new, and how many years would you have to replace it?
There is a consumable part of this machine. It lasts about 1 million impulses, right? So if I'm using 1,000 impulses on a patient once a week, that means they're going to be 3,000 impulses per their whole session, right? And so that could last up to a year or so, who knows, right? Depending on the usability of it. The consumable costs about $500 to change, and so that's not that big of a deal. I have seen or heard of things online where people buy this machine, and when they're at capacity running this all day, every day, it's probably about a 2 or 3 year lifespan for the machine. That's my understanding, at least. So.
All right. Thank you, Brennan.
Thank you.
As our judges go through their scoring process, we're going to be hearing from previous winners of the Harvey L. Golubock Business Competition. Jim Minard with Team Minard Productions won the 2022 Harvey L. Golubock Business Competition. Team Minard Productions is a screen printing and embroidery company that offers custom screen printed and embroidered apparel as well as laser engraved trophies, plaques, awards, and accessories. Petra Stana and Garrett Rainey with Allegheny Store Fixtures won the 2023 Harvey L. Golubock Business Competition. Allegheny Store Fixtures is pedigreed custom fixture manufacturer that engineers and manufactures custom millwork, cabinetry, and fixtures for middle market commercial projects nationwide. ASF has created a new casework capability to improve top-line revenue and diversify its customer base and smooth seasonality. Mava Sturzenbecker with Groovy Glaze. She won the 2024 Harvey L. Golubock Business Competition. Groovy Glaze is a pottery painting studio located in Bradford that offers customers the opportunity to paint their own ceramic pieces using the shop's brushes and glazes, which are then fired on site. In addition to the walk-in painting experiences, Groovy Glaze hosts private and public events and themed classes. After nearly 2 years of successful operations, the studio has expanded to offer glass fusing, glass mosaic projects, and clay hand building. Got one question for each of you. One question for each of you as follows. Looking back on your experience in the Harvey L. Golubock Business Competition, what was the most valuable thing you gained from participating, and how has your business grown and evolved since then?
Thank you. Well, back in 2022, the main focus at the time was to boost my production, and so the idea was to enter the Golubock business competition, and obviously win the prize money to put towards an automatic screen printing press, which indeed is what we did. We installed a 6-color, 8-station automatic press, which has phenomenally boosted our production, which has enabled me to spend a little bit more time working on the business instead of in the business, in the trenches, doing production and that. So we are continuing to build other revenue streams now that I can divert focus from everyday nitty-gritty in the back room and in production. So it's been going well, and I appreciate that. It's phenomenal. But the biggest takeaway, I think, from the competition is, excuse me, I'll call it the fraternity of previous winners and participants, and the networking that is involved there from the Bradford Alliance, sponsors and board directors that I've met along the way. It's just, the camaraderie is phenomenal, and we build off each other and work together on many aspects of what everybody's doing, which is, you can't put a price tag on, it's priceless. So
thanks, Jim.
It's the best.
Great comments.
Yeah, so in 2023 when we won, before we won, I was not real sure I was going to be a business owner in 3 years. We were struggling, and we were trying to kind of find our thing. And the money helped, absolutely. The money was a good investment for us. I think it was a good investment for the community. We've put over $500,000 through the equipment that we bought, and it kind of helped us turn a corner financially. That was all well and good. What I think was more impactful, more valuable for me was seeing a community that was rooting for me. And like I was like, oh, I'm a new entrepreneur, like I got to do this myself. And it really helped me have this realization going through this competition, this process, that like I don't. and there's a whole community that needs me to be successful. And it really gave me the motivation to just like buckle down, stop pining for my old corporate job, and not give up. And it's been really good. You know, we've been able to grow and maintain more than 25 jobs here in Bradford, and this community, this contest, everything absolutely helped do that.
Great, Derek.
Yeah, so for me, I gained from the business competition confidence in the dream that I had for our community in making a certain type of art accessible for all kinds of people. And then also resources. So being in the business competition, I was connected with fellow business owners and people in this community that helped me build my business to be even better. I am a new entrepreneur. I've only been in business for 2 years now, and I've been connected with a lot of people that have just helped me grow, helped me manage things, teach me so much more than I could have ever learned just on my own. Since winning the business competition, I've been able to expand my business. I've been able to hire more employees, and I have been able to start offering glass fusing and clay hand building. Up until next month, it's all been class-based, but now we're moving into walk-in services. So now you can come down to Groovy Glaze, you can paint pottery, you can play with glass, or you can play with clay at any time that we're open.
Thank you all for providing that update, and best of luck as you continue your journeys. The third finalist this evening is Chelsea Cummins Baxter with Vital Health Mobile Services.
Chelsea Cummins Baxter, and I'm the founder of Vital Health Mobile Services, where we bring the lab to you. I want you all to pause for a moment and imagine Sandra. She's a patient that's 52 years old with diabetes and high blood pressure. Sandra doesn't drive, and her health insurance won't cover transportation, so she skips her labs, leaving her doctors guessing whether her medications are at the right dose and putting Sandra's health at serious risk for decline. And I want you to think about the last time you went to the doctor and they ordered lab results. Did you think to yourself, how am I ever going to fit this in? I wish the lab would just come to me. So I asked myself, and now I'm asking each of you, how do we fix this inconvenient, impersonal blood draw process? How do we stop patients like Sandra from falling through the cracks and actually have her look forward to her next lab visit? Well, that's where Vital Health Mobile Services comes in. We take the stress off the patients and we bring the lab to them in their homes, their workplaces, and their care facilities, literally wherever they are, with dignity, compassion, and convenience. We perform blood draws, vital sign monitoring, and rapid CLIA-wave testing such as COVID, flu, strep, glucose, pregnancy, urines, and more, all wherever our patients are. Each visit brings not just care, but comfort and hopefully even a smile. Our customer base includes two main groups. The first is direct-to-patient services at a cost comparable to a standard copay and fully reimbursable through most health insurances. And second is facility contracts, which is nursing homes, assisted living facilities, behavioral health facilities, and more. McKean County has 40,000 residents, and within a 30-mile radius, that number grows to over 130,000. Yet there isn't a single mobile diagnostic testing provider in the entire region. Even with the most conservative projections, Vital Health will reach profitability within its first year, generating $88,000 in revenue. Vital Health operates with low overhead and high service demand, generating predictable, steady, recurring revenue from patients who need monthly or quarterly blood draws, and facility partnerships and community or employer testing events. Did you know 70% of patients managing chronic conditions require repeat lab work every 3 to 6 months, meaning that Vital Health's business model is naturally recurring and sustainable. Each new route and each new care facility provides 1 to 2 new healthcare positions right here in McKean County. And beyond that economic impact, every patient that we see helps a rural patient right here in McKean County, strengthening our families, our workplaces, and the entire regional healthcare system as a whole. And now, I'm sure you're wondering, why me? And who is that person behind the needle? Well, I have over 20 years of experience in healthcare and home care services, as well as customer service and management positions. I've cared for people for my entire life, and in 2016, I earned my phlebotomy, bloodborne pathogen, HIV, and AIDS certifications and diploma. Through those experiences, I learned just how important labs are, and as a phlebotomist, I can tell you firsthand that no care can begin until the labs are drawn. So Sharks, this is where you come in. I'm asking you for $20,000 to officially launch Vital Health Mobile Services. That breaks down as $5,000 for a reliable sanitary down payment on a vehicle, $6,000 for diagnostic equipment, medical supplies, and testing kits, and $9,000 for working capital, insurance, and tech, ensuring we remain fully compliant from day one. With your investment, Vital Health will be ready to hit the road, literally, and bring accessible health care to those who need it the most. I'm ready to roll up my sleeves, and yours too, and start drawing blood. All I need is your check. Let's work together and take Vital Health from this stage to the road, one patient and one community at a time. Thank you all for your time. Yep. Thank you all for your time.
Didn't mean to cut you short. We do have a 5-minute limit, and to be fair to all the finalists and for the event itself, we're sticking to the 5 minutes.
Reached
So
my
you did a
5
great
minutes.
job.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. It's now time for our judges to ask their single question without follow-up. So let's hear from Chris Carter.
Great presentation. You talked
Thank you.
about growing and having additional phlebotomists in the future. Will you require the same amount of capital, and will it be from the outside, or will you be able to finance it through your own operations?
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
So when you add additional staff, you talked about adding additional phlebotomists. Will you need additional capital from outside, or will you be able to finance the facility, the vehicles and such with your own operating income?
Yes, we will do that, and we'll continue reinvesting into our business with the profits that we make. We have about a 15% cost of goods sold, so that leaves us at a really good margin. I believe I calculated for 20% in the business plan, just to give a little bit of that leeway. But our business will be able to fund that.
Norm, next question.
Given the complexities with healthcare insurance, Medicare, how do you manage the sheer amount of paperwork, the reimbursement? Can you walk us through that a little bit on
Sure.
how that will work for you?
Yeah, great question. It's actually a direct-to-patient service, so the patient will pay us at a fee that's comparable to a standard copay, so somewhere between $10 and $40. So I have my rate set at $40 for a standard blood draw. And there are some add-on services. We set the rate, and then we provide the patient with all the documentations and CPT codes that they need to submit for that reimbursement. And the idea there is that using my services isn't going to cost a patient very much more, if any more, than they would going to the lab, but it brings them very accessible and convenient lab services right to their door wherever they are.
All right, one more question. Craig.
As you've talked to the potential businesses you're going to work with, the home health care, the hospices, and the other providers, do you get a good sense of what kind of mix of tests you're going to get? Are you able to predict that so you have the right things when you're going out every day?
Yes, absolutely. And honestly, the $5,000 for a down payment on the reliable and sanitary vehicle, that will allow me to transport all equipment and diagnostic materials needed to provide any service that we need. Let's see, You had one other piece of the question that I was going to answer,
Yeah,
but
you're
okay,
good.
got it.
All right. Chelsea, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Again, while our judges take a few moments to finalize their scores, let's highlight the work happening right here in our community to build a stronger entrepreneur ecosystem. The Bradford Area Alliance is working with the community, elected officials, economic development partners, and entrepreneurs to create a landscape where businesses can thrive. We like to say we're innovating our communities one exciting idea at a time. By connecting entrepreneurs to resources, developing impactful programming, and increasing access to capital opportunities, we are creating an environment where entrepreneurs can launch, grow, succeed, because when entrepreneurs grow and succeed, our community grows too. We want to highlight a group that's inspiring the next generation of entrepreneurs right here in our community, the Small Business Club of School Street Elementary. Led by Greg Gleason, a third grade teacher, this club is part of the school district's Leader in Me program and helps students develop important life skills, including entrepreneurship. Please join me in welcoming the Small Business Club.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for inviting us to present tonight. I have two of my students with me. We started the Small Business Club. I started with another teacher at School Street. My experience in business has been more brick and mortar type stores. The other teacher was more online retail. Since then, I think it's been the last 3 years that I've been continuing on with the Small Business Club. And as I mentioned, I have two of my students that have came with me to help me present this evening. First one is Sawyer Hopkins, and then Harper Butler. So my questions to both of them were, first one was, what does a small business club mean to you? Sorry?
Being a part of the Small Business Club was very meaningful to me, giving me an inside look of what it takes to run a business.
To me, the Small Business Club means that I can be creative while learning what it takes to run my own business. I liked being able to think of fun ideas and artwork to sell our products.
And then the second question I asked them was, what was your biggest takeaway from this, being a member of the Small Business Club?
The Small Business Club boosted my confidence to be speaking in front of all of you.
One of my biggest takeaways from being a member of the Small Business Club is the importance of marketing and advertising. An activity that I enjoyed was when we made posters to advertise our Smensel sale. We used fun slogans to influence people to want to buy our scented pencils. That idea will help in the future if I decide to start my own business.
So thank you again for inviting us. Good luck to all the contestants tonight, and have a good evening.
Wow, Greg, that's really good stuff. And I can see the Small Business Club is up to big things. Thank you, Greg. We're now going to take a 15-minute intermission. When we come back, we have two more finalists to present. And we'll have voting for your fan favorite and the announcement of the grand prize winner. When the lights flash out in the hall, please take your seats, and we will continue with this exciting event. Be sure to check the America 250 PA McKean County display in the back and enter for your chance to win a commemorative Zippo lighter. The winner will be drawn later in the second half. During the break, we also encourage you to visit the vendor tables. Many of these businesses are previous Harvey L. Golubock business competition participants and have gone on to grow and thrive in our community. Take a moment to learn about their products, their services, and their stories. It's a great way to connect, support, and be inspired. We'll see you back in 15 minutes. Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to introduce to you our fourth finalist, Scott and Jessica Larkin with Cozy Embers Campground and Cabins. They're on break. They're making their way up now. Scott and Jessica Larkin, Cozy Embers Campground and Cabins.
Hi, everybody. I'm Scott.
And I'm Jess, and we're the owners of the new Cozy Embers Campground and Cabins. For the longest time, Scott and I have had a dream to run our own campground. We wanted to work for ourselves and do something we love and connect with people face to face. After a while, we decided, let's stop talking about it and just do it. So we packed up and drove across the country. And you know, the first thing that many people say when we get here is, have you been here during the winter yet? And no, we have not, but we hear it's going to build a lot of character. So anyway, we purchased the old KOA over in Marshburg. It's been a community staple for decades. But unfortunately, the occupancy has been declining recently, and that's partly due to years of deferred maintenance and also a lack of online presence. So there's a million things that we want to do with this property, but we're focusing on the most important ones first, and we've developed a 3-year phased plan to bring the campground back to life. In the first phase, we're focusing on infrastructure and marketing. This will include new guest bathrooms and showers, a fully revamped RV loop with 18 four-season sites. Construction on this is already underway. And a complete rebranding, including a new logo, website, social media, and campground map. So how are the two of us qualified to do all of this? Well, with Scott's experience running a successful remodeling business and my background in graphic design, marketing, and project management, we'll be able to complete a lot of this work ourselves, bringing in local subcontractors as needed to help us keep our costs low and our quality high.
Yeah. But the one thing that we haven't talked about yet, and I think the thing that really makes us stand out amongst all the other campgrounds around here, is our 20 log cabins. They are so awesome, but they are very, very primitive. And they're only getting about 5% occupancy rate right now, which tells us that we're missing a big chunk of the market. So by modernizing and winterizing these cabins, we can effectively extend our season through the year and capture a much wider base of customer. With these improvements, our business model shows a substantial increase in occupancy in 2026 and steady incremental progress for the years after that. Our local competitors, their seasonal sites are booked solid throughout the year, most of them with waiting lists, proving that the demand is there. Our goal is to have a strong recurring base of about 30 seasonal sites year after year and maintain a modest 40% occupancy rate on overnight guests. which really just catches us back up with the national average for occupancy. So we're asking for $20,000 today to upgrade 10 of our cabins with premium amenities, things like heating and cooling for year-round use, some new appliances and fixtures, and some really fresh design elements. We're also going to offer multiple layout options for, to appeal to couples and families and even large groups. Plus, we're going to offer towel and linen service, which will add 2 to 3 local hospitality jobs throughout the year. So an investment in us is absolutely an investment in your local community as well. You know, the more people that we can accommodate, the longer that they'll stay in the Bradford area, and they'll get to see what we see, which is a really special place that has so much to offer. Thank you for considering our vision, and we can't wait to welcome you to Cozy Embers.
All right, let's hear from our judges. Judges, your questions. Abby?
First of all, thank you for investing in the area and joining everyone in the community. Your renovation timeline, when do you think your first big investment improvements will be completed, and how will you operate if those renovations aren't done in time?
That's a great question. So that's our biggest challenge. I feel like that's every business's biggest challenge is timing. So what we've done is our first phase is 3 major projects. It's the renovating the bathrooms, renovating the middle loop, and then renovating the 10 cabins. So what we planned is we have to have bathrooms. They're from the 70s and they are struggling. So those need updating. We've already started progress on our 18 sites. So those 2 things will need to be completed by the end of the year. The 10 cabins, what's great about them is that we can have 1 or 2 of them completed with a little bit of a gap in between and sort of take our time, and even when we have downtime, which we will never have, we'll be able to complete more of them as we go.
Next question, Ryan.
Welcome to Bradford.
Thank
And
you.
just so you know, that guy right down there at the end is the president of the Snowmobile Club, if you're looking for something to do
All right.
for this winter.
Good to know.
My question is, give me some insight into your marketing campaign and what demographic, if any, do you feel is currently underserved in this market?
So we're going to get partnerships with the Allegheny National Forest Visitors Bureau, Warren County Visitors Bureau, Pennsylvania Campground Association. All of those kind of have these booklets that get sent out and handed out at many different places. We're also going to print brochures that get handed out, but I think one important thing is the online aspect of it and getting our name out and, you know, appealing to maybe a younger demographic, people that want to come here and hike and explore the trails and do all those things, you know, looking for those clubs and those groups online and really focusing toward capturing them.
And one of our major upgrades, either this year or in the spring, will be a heated pool. So we already have a pool, but it doesn't have heating, and honestly, that's what everyone's been asking for, is a heated pool. They just want to be able to have their kids swim in it day after day from May all the way to September.
Yeah, so letting people know of all of the improvements that we're doing, I think is a really important thing. You know, a lot of people here know, oh yeah, the KOA, we've been there, but we need to make sure that they know what we're changing and what we're updating.
All right, one last question. Norm.
Yes. Just in addition to the cabins, which is, you know, a unique thing compared to other campgrounds, what is that? What would set you apart besides that from some of the other campgrounds? You know, because it's a very family-related activity. What would set you apart from the others?
Really good question. So one thing is that we have noticed that this is sort of a repeat, but none of the other campgrounds around us have pools. And you know, that's something that attracts everybody. We're also planning on installing a large playground. We had to tear down the old one. So installing one of those guys. I do think one of the biggest advantages to having so many sites and having our our cabins in such a circular pattern is that we can appeal to large groups, snowmobile groups, weddings, hunting groups that want to come in. Apparently there's a big Bigfoot population out here that loves to hunt the Bigfoot. So it's really just being able to accommodate that amount of people who don't all necessarily have RVs that also want to stay in cabins.
And I think another thing is that most of the campgrounds in the area close down around this time of year. And what we're hoping to do is by winterizing this middle loop and some of the cabins is to be able to extend and be open much later in the season for hunters and snowmobilers. And we've already, what was it, there were construction workers on the Kinzua Bridge that have reached out looking for places to stay over the winter. So I think by extending into longer seasons, we're able to capture more of the market.
All right. Thank you.
Oh.
Next, we are proud to welcome one of our key partners in the work of growing our entrepreneur ecosystem. Angelique Newhouse, Senior Search Manager at Watson Institute and Senior Programs Manager for the Holleran Fellowship. She will be sharing more about the Holleran Fellowship and the impact it's having on entrepreneurs in our community. Angelique.
Thank you, Tim. Good evening, everyone. My name is Angelique Newhouse, and I'm so glad to be here tonight at the 2025 Harvey L. Golubock Business Competition. Congratulations to all 5 finalists on this incredible achievement, and thank you to the Bradford Area Alliance for making nights like this possible. This event is a celebration of community, collaboration, and the possibilities that open up when people come together to support and uplift one another. I'm here tonight representing the Holleran Fellowship powered by Watson Institute. Holleran Philanthropies recognized the talent and drive in this community and chose to invest in it. This fellowship helps people take their ideas, whether it's a small business, a side hustle, a community project, or something bigger, and gives them the tools and support to bring those ideas to life. It's about building stronger businesses while creating real impact in our community. Though none of this happens alone. The Bradford Area Alliance, Holleran Philanthropies, Watson Institute, the University of Pittsburgh at Bradford, and local groups like the Town and Gown Committee, among many others, are working together. That synergy is what makes the difference. It's what helps communities like ours not just survive, but to thrive. Through this fellowship, we've seen 13 new businesses launched, with 11 more on the way. Fellows have engaged over 300 people across the area, and this year, we're aiming to support 25 businesses and generate even more new community solutions through the Bradford Area Business Boom event. That is real momentum, and it's proof of what happens when organizations and people work side by side towards a shared vision. When I look around this room, I see leaders, innovators, and problem solvers. Every venture starts with the same spark, an idea and the courage to act on it. And what's powerful is that courage can come from anyone, anywhere. That's what makes entrepreneurship so exciting. With that, I'd like to show you what this courage looks like as I ask the Holleran Fellows and alumni here tonight to please stand if you can, or wave, so we can recognize you. Thank you. Thank you. If you haven't yet, please consider taking the time to stop and ask their stories. I could never explain the way that lives are changed the way that they can. Thank you.
Thank you, Angelique, for sharing the Holleran Fellowship and the great work you're doing to support our entrepreneurs. Next, we want to highlight another cornerstone of our local entrepreneur ecosystem, the Entrepreneur Leadership Mission, or ELM Accelerator Program. ELM is designed to help existing businesses promote, overcome obstacles, and obtain the resources they need to take their ventures to the next level. To give you a glimpse of what this cohort has been up to, we put together a short video from their kickoff retreat at Beaver Hollow. After the video, we will recognize both current and past ELM cohort members in attendance.
In the stillness of nature, something powerful begins. The 2026 class of the Entrepreneur Leadership Mission, ELM, Business Accelerator Program has come together to renew, refocus, and reimagine the future of their businesses. Each of these business leaders have already built success through vision and resilience. The ELM Business Accelerator is here to help them go even further, to challenge their thinking, strengthen their strategy, and provide tools that enrich the success they've already achieved. Over 2 days at Beaver Hollow Conference Center, participants stepped away from the day-to-day operations to gain perspective. They explored leadership through dynamic and interactive workshops and fostered peer connection and hands-on team-building experiences led by Beaver Hollow's facilitators. They reflected, set goals, and built connections with a powerful network of peers who share their drive for growth. The retreat marks the start of a 9-month journey, one that blends mentorship, executive coaching, and expert-led forums designed to help participants think strategically about every aspect of their business. From growing a workforce to growing well, from leadership balance to long-term strategizing, the ELM Business Accelerator is a holistic, confidential space to sharpen focus and strengthen direction. Every step forward belongs to the ELM participants. The ELM Business Accelerator simply helps light the path, giving them the environment, time, and space to move boldly toward what's next. The Business Owner Renewal Retreat is more than a beginning. It's a spark for stronger businesses, stronger leaders, and a stronger community.
Thank you to all the entrepreneurs featured in that video. It's inspiring to see the energy and collaboration happening through the ELM program. At this time, we'd like to recognize the current and past members of the ELM Accelerator. If you've participated in an ELM cohort, would you please stand or give us a wave so we can acknowledge you? Thank you for all your hard work, innovation, and commitment to growing businesses right here in our community. Now, next up is our 5th and final finalist of the evening, Jim and Christina Ingerson with Ingerson Overhead Door Services.
Picture this. There's a snowstorm raging outside. The snowplows are sitting in their bays with the engines idling. The ambulances and the fire trucks are ready to roll. And then the garage bay door won't open. That's not just a door problem, that's a community problem because a delay like that could be critical.
Hi, I'm Jim Ingerson, and this is my wife, Christina Ingerson, and we are the owners of Ingerson Overhead Door. We moved here in 2014 and quickly realized that there was not an overdoor company locally in the Bradford area. Imagine this. Imagine you're in your car and you got to go somewhere. You press the door remote and the door doesn't open. You've got a broken spring. Previously, there was no one to call. It might take days. It might even take a week to get someone to respond. So our problem now is the increased demand for our services is stretching our capacity to maintain our standards of service.
So the solution we came up with to the problem we saw in our community, in 2016, we started Ingerson Overhead Door Services with the primary goal of ensuring that there would be a local option for garage door sales, installation, service, and repair. During our first 9 years in business, we really didn't do a lot of advertising because, to be honest, we've been so busy, we really didn't need to. About 6 months ago, we decided to pilot placemat ads in a few local restaurants and start increasing our social media presence, both of which have been extremely effective. So going forward, as we grow, we will continue to expand our marketing efforts to ensure that everyone in our community and the surrounding areas will easily be able to find us. To solve our problem, we need to grow. How do we do that? We need to start adding employees. So that'll be our small part to contribute to the job base in McKean County by providing stable employment at competitive wages. Starting with the first full-time employee, which we hope to add soon, that'll allow us to meet the increased demand for our services without sacrificing the high standard we've set for ourselves for the quality of our work. It'll also allow us to maintain, if not improve, our response times, which are already good for our existing customers.
Our market is vast, but we keep it simple. It's residential, it's commercial, it's contractors. The bulk of our work comes from referrals from our customer base that we already have. We get more work from local and regional contractors for new construction. And we've also just recently seen a new stream of revenue that will be growing as we continue to go with us, and that's the actual maintenance, repair of services and openers of doors that we've already installed a while ago. We're good at what we do because of our qualifications and our experience. I started back when I was in high school. I worked for a local garage door company. I continued through college doing that, and then I worked for them for 5 years. So when I started my own business, to get back into it, it really wasn't that hard because nothing's really changed in the business. The doors are still stacked the same way, and the openers, and everything is the same.
So my background is more in business, ownership, operations management, and auditing. And in recent years, I've been doing that work as a consultant for businesses of all sizes in a wide variety of industries. Jim's technical skills and expertise combined with my business background have proven to be a good combination during our first 9 years and will serve us well going forward as we continue to grow. Our business model is really very simple. It's based on sustainability, transparency, and trust. We provide simple, clear estimates and invoices with no hidden fees to our customers, and we also have honest conversations with them, explaining the value of repair versus replacement so that they can make educated, informed decisions about what's best for them in their particular situation.
So if we were fortunate enough to win the grand prize, the next slide, we would invest in a truck, a full-time service, another second truck, and we would outrig it with that particular ladder rack and tool system. And then additionally, the company itself would look at purchasing a scissor lift to go along with the one-man lift that I already have so that we could take on bigger commercial jobs efficiently and safely.
Thank you for your time and consideration, and we appreciate the opportunity to share our story, what we do, and why we do it.
Judges, it's now time for your final round of questions. Craig.
Reading through your excellent information in the application, I learned that there's possibly a significant battle with fluctuating seasonal or other reasons for slow times. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you would come up with creative ideas to battle that?
Well, some of the slow times, we're just a one-man shop, and it's just me. I have had a couple injuries that have set me back a little bit. So 2 of those years, I had a torn tricep and I had a torn Achilles. I fell off a ladder working. So that's part of the reason that we've had some slow times, and we've kicked it back up after that. But
I would just add that with the one injury, when it was his arm, he was still climbing ladders and doing the work one-handed.
So you need to get that employee.
Yeah, the employee will alleviate that issue.
And that's a great thing. If we could add that employee, at that particular time I could do desk work but in the meantime, if we had an employee, I would still work with them.
Yep.
Great, thank you.
Next question, Chris.
First off, thank you very much for sharing your story and what you do. You've got lots of experience in the field. You've seen it all. How will you go about training those new employees to have the same level of quality and service that you really value today?
So we'd planned on doing this before we even started this competition. I've already looked at this. So the door manufacturers and the opener manufacturers, they have like 2 to 3 day schools where you could send someone to do it, and then it would be hands-on with me. When I learned this trade, yeah, you can read books, you can go do it, but you need the hands-on. So I would do a small school for them, and then I would do hands-on with me.
One last question, Abby.
Yeah, so in thinking about the fact that right now you're looking at one new hire, but you see all this potential, and also looking at your graph of how many communities you serve, it was like 39% were 70 other communities, right?
Yeah.
In your ideas of scaling, are you thinking about any franchising or any possibilities of how to kind of expand the business that way?
So, you know, there are other garage door companies outside of McKean County. And some of those have been around for a long time, so we always have that in the back of our mind too, that if, you know, like in Jamestown, one of the companies there a couple of years ago, they sold, and, you know, we knew who bought them. So there's those opportunities there, depending on what area that's in. Each manufacturer also has, they have different requirements for how you become a dealer for that manufacturer. So for some manufacturers, you can become a direct dealer. We're actually in negotiations with a company where all of their products are manufactured here in the U.S. to try to become a dealer for them at this time.
All right, thank you. That wraps up the questions.
Thank you.
Next, we want to take a moment to highlight another key part of our entrepreneur ecosystem, the resources and opportunities available to help business grow and thrive. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Christian Smith, Manager of Finance and Development for the Bradford Area Alliance, to share more about access to capital opportunities and the work of the Alliance to increase opportunities for local entrepreneurs.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, as we celebrate innovation and entrepreneurship, I want to take a few moments to talk about access to capital, something that can often make the difference between a great idea and a thriving business. Here in McKean County, we're expanding the access to capital toolbox for local businesses, creating new ways for entrepreneurs to grow, experiment, and invest back into their ideas. And we're fortunate to have very strong partners who share in that vision. One example is our Bright Bradford Innovation Fund, created in partnership with Ben Franklin Technology Partners of Central and Northern Pennsylvania and Halloran Philanthropies. Through this fund, we recently launched a new micro-grant program designed to support companies with innovation, manufacturing, and technology. These micro-grants, up to $5,000, can be used for things like prototype development, sales and marketing expenses, or trade show participation, to name a few ideas. It's a small but mighty program, giving entrepreneurs that extra boost to take their ideas to the next level. Another tool in our growing lineup is our partnership with Honeycomb Credit, a community investment platform that allows local residents to invest directly in small businesses. This model doesn't just raise money, it builds ownership, visibility, and pride right here at home. One of our success stories from that partnership is Kinzu Canine, owned by Brittany Holsinger. Through Honeycomb Credit, Brittany's business was able to expand, hire new staff, and deepen its impact in our community. She's here tonight to share what that experience looked like firsthand. Please join me in welcoming Brittany to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Brittany Holsinger, and I'm the proud owner of Kinzu Canine here in Bradford. Today, I'd like to share with you my journey with our Honeycomb Credit Campaign. When we launched our Honeycomb Credit Campaign, our goal was bigger than raising funds. We wanted to build momentum for our vision, providing exceptional care for our local canines and their families. The Honeycomb platform process was very smooth, transparent, and very community-driven. In fact, we hit a major milestone very quickly. We reached 10% of our goal in the first 4 days, although I will say the first 48 hours was very nerve-wracking. And in just 2 weeks, we were fully funded and hit our campaign max. That funding fueled our growth. We've expanded our facility, invested in high-quality equipment, and grown from serving just 6 clients a week to 40 to 50. We've hired 2 dedicated part-time employees and broadened our services from private lessons and 1 group class a week to a full range of services including daycare, day training, grooming, multiple group classes each week, and board and train programs. Our investor base included local neighbors who believed in our mission and invested in Kinzu Canine as a pillar of Bradford's small business ecosystem. We're proud that the returns from our loan are now flowing back into our local community investors, creating a full circle impact that keeps local dollars working right here at home. What that means for the future is very exciting. We're now positioned to capture growth, deliver more value to our clients and their canine companions, and reinforce our local economy. I want to thank the support of the Bradford Alliance, the Holler & Fellowships, and the Elm Project, which is part of the Bradford Alliance as well. But all of this has helped us learn, grow, and really connect with our community further. In closing, I want to thank all of you. Give the best wishes to the local competitors tonight. Your ideas and entrepreneurial spirit is what is really keeping our region moving forward. If you ever want to chat about crowdfunding, investing in small business, or about dog training, we'll be at our booth over here later tonight. Thank you.
Christian, thanks for that info on the all-important resources needed for the entrepreneurs out there. And Brittany, what a great story and ongoing success for you. So good stuff. It's now time for someone in the audience to be a winner. I want to invite Austin Mayer, Director of Airport Relations, Southern Airways Express, up to the stage to draw the winner. Tonight we're giving away $500 in flight credits, courtesy of Southern Airways, for flights to Pittsburgh and Washington Dulles. Southern is proud to be Bradford's hometown airline, connecting you to Pittsburgh and Washington Dulles with reliable, convenient flights from Bradford daily. From Dulles and Pittsburgh, you can also connect seamlessly to hundreds of destinations worldwide and partners United, American, Alaska, and Hawaiian Airlines, all on one ticket and with checked bags transferred through. Book your next adventure at iflysouthern.com, and thank you for supporting your local airport and hometown airline. Austin? You draw, I draw. You'll have to read the code.
All right. All right, thanks for having me out. We're really excited to support this and to give away these tickets. So I read this code, and someone will know what to do with it.
Yeah.
All right, PAZGBU. So Papa, Alpha, Zulu, Golf, Bravo, uniform. Did I get them all right?
Yep, and it would be on the back of your program. That code is on the back of your program. We have a winner. And then if you want to take it down. Thanks, Austin. Thanks, Austin. A round of applause for this great gift. I'd now like to invite Darren Litz up to the stage. Darren serves as McKean County's representative for America 250 PA, the Pennsylvania Commission for the United States Semi-Quincentennial America 250 PA, which has been established by the PA legislature and governor in 2018 to plan, encourage, develop, and coordinate the commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States and Pennsylvania's integral role in that event and the impact of its people on the nation's past, present, and future. Let's draw the winner for the commemorative A250PA McKean County lighter.
We'll let you do the draw.
Oh, I get to draw.
You get to do the draw.
Pam Strike. Where is Pam Strike? Oh, there she is, Pam. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Darren. I'm now going to invite Carolyn back up to the microphone.
Okay, I'm back. So for those that know me, you would know that the more excited I get, the faster I talk. And it was really an effort earlier to just slow it down, but I can't contain myself anymore. What I'd like to do is just bear with me as I go through this long but exciting thank you list of everyone who's responsible for making this night happen and for all of our year-long efforts in growing an ecosystem. First, I'd like to thank our amazing board of directors on the Bradford Area Alliance. Our board chair, Julie Marasco, Tim Asinger, Brad Chapman, David Ferguson, Brian Fernandez-Halloran, Cliff Forrest, Rick Ash, Rob Huber, Ryan Krogmeyer, Dan McCune, Dr. Dick McDowell, Ron Orris, Mark Pop, Guy Signor, Norm Stratman, Joe Tarzowitz, and Aaron Wagaman. And you know, I might say that maybe if I was younger, I would read this from an iPhone, but knowing me, it would fail. Our dynamic Bradford Area Alliance team. So first of all, Judy Hutchins. She has the new title of DJ Judy because she put the music together. Jesse Kerr, our marketing coordinator, and our ultimate planner, Christian Smith. The liaison for all of our aspiring, emerging, and existing businesses and entrepreneurs, and so much more. The backpack team, Darren Litz and Ainsley Litz. Ainsley serves as our production consultant for tonight's event. Pitt Bradford's team, who provides us with this great venue and an amazing support team. So thank you, President Ash, Greg Miller, Bob Ellison, Alan Hancock, Kyle Viola, and Angela Carroll. Event volunteers include Kim Litz, Evan Troisi, Rochelle Denora, Julie Speaker, Abby Newhouse, and Josh Monday. Our MC, Tim Asinger. The SBDC team who work with and help develop the business plans under Alicia Marshall. Auditors for the evening, Steve Troisi and Matt Moonen. McKean County Community Foundation, represented by Tiffany Boschert. Board Chair Bob Esch. Photographers, Sarah Bozer, Bob Bozer, and Mary Bozer. Janice Golubock, and the whole entire Golubock family. And I'm almost done. All of our sponsors, all of our partners who I mentioned earlier, our first round judges, our final round judges, and all of our applicants and finalists who make this all worthwhile. Thank you for everyone for contributing. In closing for me, Angelique mentioned the spark earlier, and our tagline is the spark to fuel your business. Thank you all for joining us tonight to help be that spark.
And after the reception, or after the competition, everyone is invited to stay for a dessert reception where you will have the opportunity to talk with and congratulate all of our finalists. The dessert reception is sponsored by Devin Kloss from State Farm, so thank you, Devin. Okay, everyone, are you ready? No, really, are you ready? Because we're going to bring out our finalists. So let's hear it. If you're ready to see our finalists one more time, let's bring them out. We're so proud of each one of the finalists and excited to see what the future holds for them. The finalists who do not receive the Fan Favorite Award or the grand prize will each be awarded $2,000 towards their future endeavors. This is the time we've all been waiting for. The winners tonight will be announced in this order. Fan Favorite for $5,000, and then the first place and grand prize winner of $20,000. The judges have submitted all of their scores. As Steve and Matt finish tallying the scores, it is time for you to vote for the Fan Favorite prize money of $5,000. So take out your phones and flip your program to the back. You will only be able to vote once. We'll be using Straw Poll as an interactive tool to survey your responses. First, again, you need to go to the back of the program. You can do so by scanning the QR code and typing the link into the search engine, and then continue to the next page. Once there, choose an answer and fill out your name and the unique code from the back of your program. Hit the vote button to lock in your choice. Special thanks to Northwest PA Industrial Resource Center for sponsoring the Fan Favorite Award. Tom Weibel, Business Advisor for Northwest IRC, is joining us this evening and will be on stage to present the Fan Favorite Award to the winner. So at this point, if you got your program and you've got your phone, do your vote. So that's it for the fan. We're just waiting for the check. It's in the mail. But it's really, really big, so it's special handling. We have one interesting piece of information. As the tallying has been done for the grand prize, We thought it was very interesting that the first and second places were within 1 point of each other. Very, very close. And with all 5 groups, there was less than a point or 11 points separating the 5 groups. So it was very, very close competition. And the winner is, for the fan favorite, Vital Health Mobile Services, Chelsea Cummins Baxter. All right, we're good to go. 1 point separating everybody. Yep, joining us to congratulate our winners. Who want me to bring them up now, right? Brian Fernandez Holleran with Holleran Philanthropies and American Refining Group board member. Julie Marasco with Holleran Trust. Norm Strotman with Northwest Bank. Ron Orris with Blaisdell Foundation. All right, the scores have been tallied. Now are you ready? And the first place prize of $20,000 goes to Cozy Embers Campground and Cabins, Scott and Jessica Larkin. Congratulations to all of our winners and all of the finalists. What an exciting night. Thank you all for being here. Now let's get some dessert.